Welcome back to Social Media Made Simple, the podcast where we dive deep into the world of social media, its impact, and its ever-changing landscape. In today's episode, we're exploring content moderation rules across major social media platforms. It's no secret that content moderation is a hot topic, but have you ever wondered how similar or different these rules are on platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube? Join us as we embark on this in-depth journey to uncover the intricate world of content moderation and explore how it can help protect and maintain your brand's reputation online. We'll start by understanding what content moderation is and the role it plays in maintaining a healthy online community. Then, we'll look into the major social media platforms and their unique features, providing insight into their content moderation policies. What is content moderation? In simple terms, content moderation is the process of monitoring, reviewing, and managing user-generated content on digital platforms. It ensures your channels are safe, respectful, and inclusive online spaces for all visitors. Unfortunately, handling controversial or sensitive content can be particularly challenging for content moderation teams. To address this, brands should develop a clear strategy for managing such content. It may involve removing posts that violate guidelines, addressing misinformation, or engaging in open dialogue with users to provide context and clarification. It's essential to approach these situations with empathy and professionalism, as it can significantly impact the brand's reputation. Responding to content violation issues is another critical aspect of managing a brand's online presence. When users report inappropriate content or voice their concerns, addressing these issues promptly and transparently is essential. Communicate the actions taken to resolve the issues, and when appropriate, explain the decision. This transparency can help build trust and credibility with your audience. Now, let's look at some major social media platforms and their unique features. At first glance, all of these platforms have relatively similar content moderation rules. After all, they all strive to create safe and inclusive online spaces free from hate speech, harassment, and illegal content. However, as we dig deeper, we'll find that while there are plenty of similarities, there are also some key differences in how they approach content moderation. Regarding similarities, each platform has a foundational set of rules essential to fostering a safe and inclusive online environment. All platforms strictly prohibit illegal content, such as content promoting terrorism, human trafficking, or drug abuse. The commitment to ensuring that their platforms are not used to facilitate criminal activities is a shared responsibility among social media companies. Another shared concern is the fight against hate speech, harassment, and discrimination based on race, ethnicity, religion, gender, or any other protected characteristic. Social media platforms have recognized the importance of cultivating online spaces where users feel comfortable expressing themselves without fear of being targeted or harassed based on who they are. Additionally, all major platforms have guidelines to prevent content that encourages or promotes self-harm or suicide. It's an important aspect of content moderation, as social media can sometimes be a breeding ground for harmful behaviors and ideas. By taking a stand against self-harm and suicide-related content, these platforms aim to promote mental well-being and support those in need. Lastly, each platform restricts or prohibits explicit adult content and other activity with a sexual context. It guarantees, in theory, that users of all ages can comfortably navigate their platforms without being exposed to explicit material. These policies are also in place to prevent the exploitation of individuals and to maintain a respectful environment for all users. Now that we've explored the similarities in content moderation rules among these social media platforms, let's delve into the differences and understand what sets them apart from each other. Facebook and Instagram, both of them owned by Meta, share similar content moderation policies. However, Instagram tends to be stricter about the display of nudity, even in artistic or educational contexts. Moreover, Instagram has stricter rules regarding promoting products, particularly those related to health supplements, weight loss, and cosmetic procedures. It ensures that users are not exposed to misleading or potentially harmful products. TikTok, the short-form video platform, is more restrictive about political content, especially regarding political advertising. It is due to the platform's aim to foster creativity and fun rather than becoming a hub for political debate. It also focuses heavily on user safety with specific guidelines for content that might be dangerous or harmful, such as challenges or pranks. TikTok even employs a digital well-being feature that allows users to control their screen time and filter potentially inappropriate content. This focus on user safety reflects the platform's commitment to creating a positive and lighthearted environment for its users. On the other hand, Twitter allows more flexibility in terms of adult content as long as it's marked as sensitive media. This is because Twitter values free expression and open dialogue, recognizing that some conversations may be more mature or controversial. They are also more lenient with parody accounts and satire, which can sometimes be a gray area on other platforms. It allows a more diverse range of content and perspectives to be shared on the platform. However, Twitter has been trying to fight misinformation and implement stricter rules against abusive behavior. They have introduced features like warning labels and fact-checking to ensure that users can make informed decisions about the content they engage with. How about LinkedIn? A professional networking platform. It has a stricter approach to non-professional content. They emphasize sharing content relevant to one's industry or professional interests and actively discouraging off-topic or overly personal posts. It helps maintain the platform's focus on career development, networking, and professional growth. LinkedIn has strict guidelines against spam, job scams, and fraudulent profiles, ensuring users can trust the connections and opportunities they encounter on the platform. This focus on professionalism and trustworthiness sets LinkedIn apart from all other platforms, and it highlights its role as a dedicated space for career advancement and professional connections. As a video sharing platform, YouTube has unique guidelines for copyrighted material, requiring users to have the rights or the permissions to use any copyrighted content. This protects creators and ensures that intellectual property rights are respected. They also have strict policies against misinformation, particularly in areas like public health or elections, and frequently update their guidelines based on emerging trends and issues. YouTube implemented features like age restrictions and content warnings to help users make informed decisions about the content they watch. This emphasis on user choice and transparency is essential to YouTube's approach to content moderation. In addition to these platform-specific differences, it's important to note that content moderation is a constantly evolving process. As social media platforms grow and adapt to new challenges, their policies may change to address emerging concerns, user feedback, and shifting societal norms. One of the critical challenges all of these platforms face is striking the right balance between ensuring user safety and freedom of expression. While it's important to create an environment free from harmful content, platforms must also be cautious not to limit the open exchange of ideas and creativity, making social media a powerful tool for communication, networking, and entertainment. In recent years, there have also been growing concerns about the potential for social media platforms to contribute to spreading misinformation and fake news. As a result, many platforms have implemented measures to combat misinformation, such as fact-checking, warning labels, and removing misleading content. However, the balance between tackling misinformation and preserving freedom of expression remains a delicate and complex issue. As we consider the broader implications of content moderation, it's also worth noting the role of artificial intelligence and human moderators in enforcing these rules. Many platforms use a combination of AI algorithms and human moderators to review and remove content that violates their guidelines. However, this process is far from perfect. There are ongoing debates around the potential biases and limitations of AI systems in content moderation and the mental and emotional toll on human moderators who are exposed to harmful content daily. While major social media platforms share common content moderation rules, they each have unique approaches based on their platform's purpose and user base. Understanding these differences can help us maximize our online experiences and contribute to safer, more inclusive digital spaces. As we wrap up today's episode, it's important to remember that content moderation is not a one-size-fits-all solution. Different platforms have different objectives and user demographics, meaning their content moderation policies must be tailored to suit any brand's specific needs and goals. Now, that wraps up today's episode of Social Media Made Simple. This podcast was brought to you by Napoleon Cat. Napoleon Cat is here to help you manage your social media presence, analyze your performance, and automate your customer service. Thank you for tuning into today's episode. I hope you found this information valuable. And if you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to our podcasts for more insightful discussions on customer service and content moderation in social media. In our next episode, we'll look at how to develop a social media customer service strategy and measure its effectiveness. So, stay tuned for our upcoming episodes, and until next time, good luck with your moderation.